It worked now. Good heavens. What is always going on, man? My nephew's always unplugging shit. Um, so can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Everybody good? What's good? My guy Lawrence in the building. The Las Vegas Raiders are off today, but tomorrow they are back at it, grinding for 2 days. The media is allowed in the building. We get to see what's going on, who's shining, who's not shining. You know, it's a little early for talk about standouts, but we've been waiting, right? We've been waiting to see not only the rookies in the building, but some of the guys that were hurt last year in the building. What do they look like? Are they ready to go? Are they full speed? We will break down that. And then the question of the day: are the Las Vegas Raiders better than they were last year? Well, I'll give you my answer and that more coming up a bit in the show. But first, let's talk about some things. Holy shit, my nose is running. I just ate some hot ass food. It ran in here. I'm a little out of breath. Um, I don't know if anybody's in here or can hear me. So, I think my mic's working. We good. JPJ, our guy, was on the rush. If you missed it, go check it out. Man, this dude is not only an absolute dog and a menace on the field, but the kid is an absolute baller, right? And he's hilarious. He's got a little bit of a sense of humor. Go check it out. I don't want to give it all away. Did a little ballroom dancing, little theater. So the guy's a character. One of those guys that you want to have in your locker room. He talked about what he wanted to get better on. I was going to have the video. I was going to pull up clips of it. Unfortunately, I didn't get that far. Had to run to the store, make dinner, all that good shit. So yeah, I'm a little behind, but maybe I'll turn it into a video. It's been a long time since I made a video. But JPJ, man, said some really interesting things. Has a chip on his shoulder from the first sack he ever gave up in the NFL. Somebody had a little bit of choice words that he wants to see again. So I love the fire in this kid. I love the tenacity, his intensity, the fact that he says everybody across from him is an enemy. He hates the AFC West. We need more players like that on this team, and I believe we have more guys like that in the building. JPG also talked about same thing I've been talking about for the last couple months, right? Some of these guys, these older cats, they get a little comfortable. They get feeling like they don't have to show up to OTAs, right? They don't have to show up to voluntary mini camp. They don't even, some of them don't even show up till preseason, so or until it's mandatory. So a lot of these guys, I think, get to that point where they've been in the NFL for a long time, and I talked about it last night, where they just don't have that fire. They don't feel like, they need the camaraderie or whatever it is. They don't need the work. But this dude is in the building every day, every second, every chance he gets. Rosetown, what's good? Piano Man in the building. Sorry, I ain't putting these glasses on. So yeah, this dude JPJ, man, is very, very impressive. Not just on the field, but off the field. You see Max Crosby, he loves this kid to death, right? That makes the locker room fun. It makes football fun. It makes practice fun. And when you got guys like that in the building, it makes everybody's day easier. It makes everybody's day better. And we just keep bringing guys like that. Hawaiian Candy, what's good? We just keep bringing guys like that in. So if you didn't watch JPJ on the rush today, make sure to go check it out. It's definitely worth watching. It was hilarious. I had tears in my eyes. Raider Ryan, what's good? Welcome. Green Dot, Green Dot, what did I just say? Green Tree family member. But yeah, JPJ, man, impressed the shit out of me. He knows what he has to get better at. He wants to play center. The fact that he went to Antonio Pierce and said, I'm playing center. Once Andre James got hurt, they were looking for somebody else to play. JPJ walked up to him and was pissed off and said, I'm playing center. That's my spot. I'm playing center. And AP was like, okay, well, suit up. Get your ass out there then. And the job was his. He never looked back. So, man, we are bringing more caliber players like that. I believe Caleb Rogers has that, same fire, same will to get better, to dominate every rep. I believe Darius Porter has the same mindset, the same chip on his shoulder. He wants to be better than everybody else. He wants to beat everybody every single rep. So character, man. I should have named the live character, because I keep preaching this, and I love the fact that SpyTech is backing me up on this, that that Pete Carroll feel the same way. All they talk about is, personality, character, guy's background. SpyTech also had an interview today, or I don't know if it was today, whenever it was, but it dropped today. Very, very interesting interview. Also, this man has been around a lot of very, very, very knowledgeable NFL coaches, NFL players, NFL staff members, vice presidents, assistant general managers, the names that he was dropping, that he's been around, is very impressive. When they went to the Denver Broncos, when he got there, it was a win now situation, right? They brought in, I think they just got rid of Dick Daniels, if I'm correct. They brought in a new coach. They swung for the fences. They brought in Peyton Manning, and they were in a win now mode. They built a team around Peyton Manning. He was a part of that. He was in the building. He watched how they did that, how they came in, turned it around right away. They didn't take 3 years to get better. They didn't take 3 years to compete. I believe SpyTech, Raider Menace was good. Appreciate you pulling up. I believe SpyTech is our secret weapon, man. This dude, mark my words, put that shit in stone. John SpyTech is going to be general manager for the Las Vegas Raiders for a long, come on, man, go for a long time. Like, this dude is not going anywhere. He is very intelligent. He's been waiting for this spot for a long time. And now that he's here, he might very well end up being one of the longest reigning general managers that we ever have. And I know it's his first year, but if you look at what he's done in the draft, if you look at the contract signings, if you look at the players he's got together, and yes, they have to develop on the field and they have to put it together on the field, but if you look at what SpyTech has done with this team, his beliefs, right? His beliefs on the running back, his beliefs on building the trenches, his belief on the defensive line, what the corners should do. All these are Pete Carroll's beliefs. So my main reasons that I believe this team is better than they were last year and are going to flip-flop their record. Now, I'm not saying, they're going to be 13-4. You can see at the top of the screen, not far off. They're going to be somewhere in there. I believe they have this team, the knowledge in the building. Like I keep saying, they have the blueprint. Pete Carroll knows what he wants to do. SpyTech knows the kind of players he wants to bring in the building. The biggest factor that I took out of the SpyTech video today was the fact that Tampa Bay, since he got there, they have 43 players on their roster since he's been there, the last 2 or 3 years. 43 players on their roster that were drafted in-house. That's unheard of in the NFL. And to be a part of a organization and a franchise that knows how to keep those guys in-house, that knows how to, obviously he's a damn good scout. That's how he got in the position he is now. So his evaluation of talent, his ability to scout players, but most of all, his ability to get to know players and know their character, know their mindset, how they think, Are they the kind of guys like he said, drop the football, let's play now, anywhere, whether it's on the street, whether it's in an airplane, whether it's in a bathroom, like these dudes they're ready to ball anytime. Anytime you talk ball, like JPJ said when he called Geno Smith, or Geno Smith called him, he said, let's go over schemes and shit. And he's like, bro, that's like talking dirty to an offensive lineman. So the fact that Geno Smith went out of his way to call players like his center and was like, bro, come out to Florida, let's get some snaps in, let's work out, is something we haven't had in this team in a long, long time. So this is why I keep saying this is going to be a special team. Whether it's this year, whether it's next year. Next year, man, look out, bro. I'm telling you, look out for this team if it's not this year. But this year, they have a chance to rattle some cages. They have a chance to win games. And I believe, if you want, I don't have a top 5 like I did the last 2 lives, top 5 reasons. Because there's not too many reasons. I have a couple. However, and I'll break it down. You know how I do. I'm always going to show some shit up on the screen. If it starts glitching, somebody please let me know in the chat so I could just turn the shit off. Because I think I just might delete the last 2 lives, or at least parts of them. I don't know. But weren't very good, so I apologize. The internet sometimes, when I go live early like this, doesn't work. But I'm going to pull up what I can. But if we look at the teams we played last year, how competitive we were, on paper, it really wasn't far off. There's things that really stood out to me. One was 4th down. And the other 2, I'll show when I pull up. But Geno Smith is taking that, he's been a leader. He has the stats. He has the numbers. And even on a team that I believe was better than, offensively last year than the Raiders were, he has weapons this year like he hasn't had ever in his career. Believe me, ever. If we go back and look at the guys, and again, I'm gonna pull up the stats and show the numbers, but the weapons that he has for the Las Vegas Raiders is stifling, bro. If you look at what he does, what his strengths are, his leadership, all that shit. So one of the biggest reasons I believe this team is better than they were last year, the year before that. The biggest reason, and why I believe they're going to have, somewhere in the 10 wins or above, could be above. Like I said, I'd be stoked if it was 12. I really think they have a chance to do that, but a lot's got to come together. We look at last year. Most of the games we lost were dumb plays in the 4th quarter. We got outscored. Our defense was hurt, right? So, excuse, whatever you want to call it, when you have 7 starters out on defense most of the year, I don't give a hell what team you are, right? Whether you're the Patriots of old, whether you're the Kansas City Chiefs, it don't matter. When you lose that many starters, it's hard to compete. So, last year, the difference between Pete Carroll and AP, we already know the difference. Pete Carroll's done that. He's played every team in the NFL. He's seen every defensive scheme, offensive scheme. There's nothing that you can run by this guy he hasn't seen. He knows how to get the best out of players. AP was a first-year head coach, right? He had a good intern season. We all know that. But he was a first-year head coach that lost the discipline in the locker room, I think, by being, a little too friendly the first year. And then when he got the job and he had to be disciplined. Anyways, my point is, a lot of our losses were bad decisions. Bad decisions at the quarterback. Bad decisions at the running back play. Bad decisions at the guys we brought in. Bad decisions in the offensive coordinator we brought in. Horrible timeouts. Not taking field goals when we should. The list goes on and on. We heard it all year long. All year long. Everybody complained. I'm not bueno. What's good? What's good? But all year long, we heard everybody complain about the fact that AP lost us games. A lot of games. How many games? I don't know. Was it 3? Was it 5? That we should have won. That would have put us at what? 9 wins? If it was 3, that would have put us at 7 wins. So all I'm saying is last year, bad decisions. When you go for it on 4th down 25 times and you only get it 10, that's bad coaching. When you have a kicker have his worst year ever, and I love Daniel Carlson. Maybe it was, I don't know what it was last year. I don't know why we did not look at bringing in a kicker, or why we did not bring another kicker into camp. I have questions with. People get older, right? Kickers don't last forever. Some made it, in their 40s, whatever. However, these dudes do get older. But Daniel Carlson missed 7 field goals last year. 7. A lot of those field goals could have won us 3 games I know of. Possibly more. But there was 3 games. One game where he missed 3 field goals in a game, and then we didn't go for him and had a botch snap. There was another game where he missed 2 in a game. I think we only lost by 3 points. So bad special teams. Horrible special teams. Bad play calling. Going for it on 4th down. Calling timeouts in horrible situations. Not knowing how many times you have. Challenging plays that should have not been challenged. Bad calls. That's not going to happen in a Pete Carroll's coach team. That doesn't happen. If you go back and look at his record for, challenges, it's night and day from APs, but it's not too bad. If you go back and, there's a lot of stats you can go back and look at with Pete Carroll. And mainly is the experience, but knowing when to go for it on 4th down, knowing when not to go for it on 4th down. God, I need to blow my nose. Somebody bring me toilet paper, please. Hold up. I'll get to the chat in a minute. It's going crazy, so I don't know what y'all hollering about, but it's probably something wild knowing y'all. So, actually, let's pull this up. If it gets shitty, please let me know, please. I guess if I'm not looking at the chat, I won't know. Y'all know what I'm saying, though. Janikowski. Talking about Seabass in the building. You ever talk about my drunk kicker? Anybody that can play, that can. Time out. You know how I am when it comes to this electronic shits. All right, what am I trying to do here? Oh, all right, I got it. So, let's just go to, go to the stats. Oh, what the? Not gonna work. All right, can you see that? That's better. All right. So, last year, the Las Vegas Raiders were so horrible, right? We had horrible quarterback play. We could not run the ball. Our defense gave up way too many plays over the middle. But man, were we really that bad? Were we really as bad as people say we were? Okay, I see it on the screen. I can go. So, average against opponents. Total first downs last year, the Raiders had 292. Our opponents had 330. That's a difference. You do the math. I believe 28 somewhere in there. 38. Yeah. 38. First downs. We had 83 rushing first downs. Opponents had 117. That's a huge difference, bro. That's the difference between a 4-win team and a 12-win team. Literally. Passing first downs. Now, our quarterback play we said was horrible, right? That was our weakest link. Some of these stats say differently. Now, was it Aiden O'Connell's play? Was it Gardner Minshew's play? We won't argue that. We don't know. Anyways, passing 182 first downs. Our opponents averaged 187. I mean, damn, we're up there in the mix. This is last year. Penalties. We had 27 penalties total first downs. Our opponents had 26. You're thinking, damn, how do we lose these games by 20 or 25 points? Third down conversions. We were 77 for 216. Our opponents were 94 for 227. That's a difference of almost 20 first downs. That's a lot in a season. Total offensive yards. We had 4,922. This is passing and running total. Our opponents had 5,625. 700-yard difference somewhere in there. Offensive plays. We had 110. We had 1,010. Our opponents had 1,089 plays. That's 79 plays more than we had. You know where that comes from? Can anybody in the chat tell me why our offense had less plays than everybody we faced? It's our defense, bro. Our defense. We missed 7 starters. If those 7 starters in, would these numbers be the same? I don't believe they would. I just don't feel they would be the same. Average yards, 4.9. Our opponents' average yards were only 5.2. That's not a lot of difference. Total rushing yards, 1,542. Our opponents, 2,015. You do the math. Almost 500 yards difference. That's at least 2 ball games right there. I mean, damn. Rushing plays, we had 413. Our opponents 479. We averaged 3.7 a play rushing. Our opponents averaged 4.2. That's not much difference. Total passing yards 3,666 to 3,900. Completions 384 to 376. Not much difference. Attempts. We averaged 557 attempts to 564. Not much difference. Interceptions. Here's the big problem. The big problem. 18 interceptions. Average 13. A difference of 5. One interception can change the whole entire ball game completely. Sacks. Aiden O'Connell couldn't move, right? He takes too many sacks. Gardner Minshew had the bulk of the sacks. He had more sacks alone than both of our quarterbacks put together. We only had 40 sacks as a team. Our opponents averaged 46 sacks last year. So our offensive line, with a quarterback like Gardner Minshew, that I could name probably 7 or 8 plays and games off the top of my head where he repeatedly ran into sacks. Left the pocket too early. Panicked. A deer in the headlights type shit. We talked about it, broke it down. And we still only had 40 sacks. That's pretty damn good. Field goals. It says 26-30. They had 25 out of 30. So I don't know. That's average. I think we mixed 6. I'll show another stat in a minute. Touchdowns. We had 36 touchdowns. Our opponents on average had 37. Rushing touchdowns. Rushing touchdowns. We had 11. Our opponents had 15. Passing touchdowns. We had 20. Our opponents averaged 21. Returns. Everybody had 0. Defense. Oh, this is 2023. My bad. 2023. I do believe, because we had 5 defensive touchdowns. And I'm gonna go back up. Yep. Change. So that was with AP the first year. The second year, 2024. All these numbers dropped dramatically. Now, whoever was in the chat said, damn, we sucked last year. It wasn't last year, it was the year before. So those are bad numbers. Last year, total first downs, 310 to 323. Rushing first downs, we had 78. Our opponents had 102. 102. That's absolutely ridiculous. Passing touchdowns, we had more than our opponents. Passing touchdowns, we had 209. Our opponents had 194. So passing wise, we weren't as bad as we thought. Jack Kenna was good. Welcome. Appreciate you popping in. Third down conversions last year, we had 78. Our opponents averaged 88. We had 224 attempts. They had 221. Fourth down conversions. This is the problem I was talking about last year. One of the major problems we had that we will not have this year, I believe, why this team is going to be better than they were last year and drastically better. This huge number right here. Third down conversions at a 224 attempts on third down, we only had 78. That is awful. That is hideous. I believe those numbers flip. But the biggest one is on fourth down. On fourth down, you can see the numbers on the screen. We went for it 25 times. 25 times on fourth down. We only got 14. That's 11 times we went for it on fourth down and gave our opponent the ball wherever that was. Now, hopefully it was on their side of the 50. Hopefully most of those were, inside the red zone or somewhere in there. But I don't believe they were. So, fourth down conversions out of 25 attempts, we only got 14. 25 attempts on fourth down, in my opinion, is just way too many. Our opponents averaged, and I know you can't see it because of this thing over here. Let's see if I can move this over. Oh. Yeah, let's just put it in the middle. Good enough. All right. Back to the stats. So yeah, our opponents averaged through the season 13 attempts. 13 attempts on fourth down. You know how many they converted? It's up there on the screen. 10. 10. That's the difference in most of these ball games last year. Raider Paul was good. Appreciate you dropping in. Raider Menace, Jason, Childers, I don't know. I'm gonna say that wrong every time. I'm gonna keep butchering it. I apologize if I got it wrong. If I got it right this time, give me a thumbs up. I'll get it right one of these days. But yeah, fourth down conversions, bro. That is the difference between a whole lot of games. When our opponents only go for it 13 times in the season and get it 10 times, bro, and we're going for it 25 times and we get it 14, that's handing the ball back to the opponent wherever we went for it. That shit can't happen. That shit will not happen with Pete Carroll. And I'm gonna pull up Seattle stats. Not last year because he wasn't there, but the year before and the year before that. And I'm gonna show you Seattle stats when it comes to fourth down, when it comes to turnovers. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. So total offensive yards, we had 5,169. Our opponents had 5,648. A difference of 500 and a little less than 500. Offensive plays. Last year, we had more offensive plays than our opponents. But I say the year before, right? In 2023, our defense wasn't as good as we thought. When AP took over, it tightened up. It was a different ship. But in the beginning of the year with Dick Daniels there, it was rough. Anyways, this year, offensive plays, we averaged 1,111. Our opponents only averaged 1,090. They averaged 5.2 yards per play. We averaged 4.6. That's pretty close, right? That's right behind them. Total rushing yards, 1,357 to 1,987. That is another huge reason we only won 4 games. Now, I've showed you the stat. When the Raiders, with Aiden O'Connell, rushed the ball for over 100 yards, Aiden O'Connell is 6-1 and should be 7-0. If it wasn't for bad coaching, not kicking a field goal, not trusting your kicker who missed already 3 in that game and giving him a chance for redemption, instead you tried to get 3 more yards and fumbled the snap and cost us a game. I don't believe that happens this year either. Rushing plays. We had 380. Our opponents ran the ball down our throat 454 times for an average of 4.4 yards a carry. We had 3.6. Not too bad, but as a team, that's horrible, bro. That's horrible. Total passing yards. We had more passing yards average than our opponents. 4,117. Our opponents had 3,989. Not much difference, but it's about 140 yards difference. So our passing game was there. What does that tell you? What does that tell me? I don't know what it tells you. Let me know. But what it tells me is our passing offense was better than people are giving credit for. A lot better. Because when our offense is passing for more yards than our opponents, and we played some powerhouse offensive teams last year, that most of the yards came in the fourth quarter and most of the yards came in the third quarter. We were the worst third quarter team in all of football last year. It wasn't even close. But that tells me when your opponents pass for 3,989 yards and we're passing for 4,117 with 3 different quarterbacks, that tells me our offensive line, again, is a lot better than they're getting credit for. Now, passing attempts. This is kind of why we had more passing yards. Again, with no number 1 receiver, with a rookie tight end that was our main focus of every game. I don't believe he'll be the main focus of every game this year. I don't know if he'll be the main focus of any game, to be exact, because he's going to eat. He's going to get his no matter what. How much will the focus of Brock Bowers be this year? That might be a show for another time. But attempts, Completions 410. Our opponents had 370. I think our defense was pretty damn good. We had 635 attempts. Our opponents only had 561 attempts. We threw the ball on average 74 times more than our opponents this year. Sacks. This year, we had 50 flipping sacks. Our opponents averaged 38. Do you remember how much we had last year? Last year with Aiden O'Connell playing in 11 games, we only had 40 sacks. 40. I think we were in the top like 14 in the NFL or something in sacks. So our quarterback wasn't as much as a statue as people think. Our O-line is just way, way better than we're giving them credit for. So 50 sacks from this year, from 40 last year, with a mobile quarterback, right? And Gardner Minshew. We had a guy, not just in Gardner Minshew, but we had Ritter. We also had Ritter, who's a mobile quarterback that makes plays with his legs. And we still have more sacks this year than we did last year. So that's a testament to our offensive line. I believe Pete Carroll's son is gonna beef this offensive line up. I believe Pete Carroll's other son, passing game coordinator and whatever else he does, is definitely going to help this team. Dude has 16 years experience at that position. I believe this is a totally different team. Touchdowns. Oh, field goals. Here we go. Field goals. So we had 40 attempts at field goals. We made 34. That's 6 misses for Daniel Carlson last year. Our opponents had 43 attempts. We should have had way more than that. We just had bad coaching that didn't kick field goals when they should have. Mosa Raider, what's good? What's good? Appreciate you dropping in. So yeah, touchdowns. We had 30 touchdowns. Our opponents had 46. That is 16 more touchdowns than we had last year. You want to know where those touchdowns came from? I can tell you exactly. The third quarter. Teams averaged, I believe, 2 touchdowns a game in the third quarter against us. That's sad, bro. That's sad numbers. Actually, it wasn't that much. I think it was a touchdown a game in the third quarter. But we had a lot where we got smoked in the third quarter. Horrible. This is the biggest thing and the biggest change this year, I believe, and why this team goes from 4-13 to maybe a 12-5, 11-6, 10-7 type team this year. Touchdowns rushing, we had 10. Our opponents had 14. Passing, we had 19. Our opponents had 29. So when it comes to passing touchdowns, or when it comes to passing, we had more yards last year than our opponents. But we had 10 less touchdowns. 10. To me, that is a testament to our offensive coaching, our play calling, our run game coordinator, our pass game coordinator, all those guys who are no longer in the building, I believe was one of the biggest, if not the biggest problems for the Las Vegas Raiders last year. And then you see this number right here in the corner. I don't know if you can see my cursor. Yeah, it is showing up. Nice. So this big number right here in the bottom, -16. -16 is where we were in takeaways. You can't win football games like that. I don't care if you're the greatest show on turf with Kurt Warner. Didn't he have Isaac Bruce on that team? Who do you have on that team? Anyway, you have to be the greatest show on turf to have a -16 turnover ratio. So I believe those are the biggest reasons why the Las Vegas Raiders are better. close games, close yardage situation, red zone opportunities. Pete Carroll, when it comes to red zone opportunities, well, let's just pull that up too. Go to Seattle. Actually, I can even compare these side by side. Y'all see both of them? That'd be cool. All right, give it a second. Pull up on my damn TV so I can. Let's get into this chat because it's deep and chat lives matter. I'm sorry, I apologize to all the peeps in the building. OLV Raider Nation was a nice show. All four fans were talking and grading each other. Good for them. That's your new boy. That's your new show over there. You gonna be the Oak Las Vegas guy now. They pumped up your team. They gas you up over there, Oak Las Vegas. Now you gonna come in here being all crazy. What up, Raider fam? What's good? What's good? I was telling my wife the same shit about Max Crosby and JPJ. I love the confidence in the kid. I think Max believes in JPJ being a beast, or he wouldn't be so tight with him, right? Makes a fun locker room. And I don't even I agree 100% with everything you said, but I don't even know I do believe it's a lot of the beast mentality, but the kid, they've called him what the hell they call him? They called him Mini Madden. Why the hell can they called him Baby Incognito, which I thought was funny as hell. So he has that dog in him, but they also called him Chris Farley because the dude obviously must constantly be cracking jokes. We seen him on the media video. We seen him answering phone calls, on a couple of skits they've done. So I love JPG's personality, and I totally agree with you 100%. Watch Netflix, Favre documentary. The former Raider GM has potential, and Favre took him under the blah blah blah. I'm sure everybody read all this. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna read it all, but big one's Justice. What? I don't know. I like Brett Favre. He was one of my favorite quarterbacks that wasn't a Raider for sure. What else we got? Why are you forcing him to be a Raider, P? Let the boy live. Who are you talking about? You talking to me? And the boy in the background? Man, that kid ain't a Raider fan. You too soft, bro. You can't be a Raider fan. Chargers don't have to put the pressure on. What is that? A Q? A A? What is that? QJ? AJ? So just know we gonna ball out offense and defense. I don't know what the hell lettering that is, but yeah. Been catching up on the house chores since semester ended. What's good, Greg Lear? Gotta get them work done. Summertime coming. We need some CBS, blah blah blah. Word on the streets. Chargers gonna get Von Miller. I heard that. I did hear that. Marcus Banks was good. Appreciate you dropping in. Yeah, that makes that team nasty, bro. That makes that team nasty. But do they really want to do that? I can't think of the kid's name, but the kid y'all drafted 2 years ago. I believe he had 8 sacks last year. Playing against Beak Nose, Bosa. Playing against Bosa. So, you know what I'm saying? I believe in development, and I know if you're in a win now mode, you bring in guys like that. If you think you're just a couple players away to win the Super Bowl, you spend that money and you go get those guys. And Von Miller, might not charge that much, but I'm not into the dudes that put their hands on people they shouldn't. If it's, um, letting go of Bosa for Von Miller, right? That's that's smart decision making. Take the 12-5 off. Some Raiders don't like that. Uh, that's cool. Shit. I mean, I ain't trying to be a dick, but that's my story. I'm sticking to it. It's up there for a reason. People ain't got to ask me what my record prediction is. It's on the screen, and you know, it is what it is, man. You're not a Raider fan, Piano Man, so how would you know what Raider fans like? Fucking shut up. Fuck out of here. Um, Chewies, I didn't see you in here, but whatever. What's good, my brother? I don't know how I missed you. Somebody go tell that Karen, do not block me. Who? What Karen? What are you talking about? Oak Las Vegas? Did they block you over there too? Man, you just get blocked everywhere, my guy. Whoa, Piano Man got his booty tickled? Weird. Talking some Diddy shit over here now. Don't be pulling up no Diddy shit. That dude, whoo, he in trouble. He in trouble. What else we got? Anything else? Von Miller was washed up. Just my personal opinion. He definitely is slow. You know, he needs to keep on with his defensive camp. Let Max Crosby help him out over there. His legal situations, I've just never been a Von Miller fan. You know, be violent on the football field to 380 80-pound tackles, you know, that are 6'8". Fucking take that shit out on somebody your own size, you know what I'm saying? So, man, I don't talk about Von Miller much on this channel. But if y'all get him, you know, kudos to you. Kudos to you. I think it's more of a problem. He didn't do shit when he went to the Bills, right? I mean, what'd he do over there? Yeah. Yeah, we sucked last year and the year before. Aiden is so disrespected. He's better than Gino for sure. I'm not going that far, man. I love Aiden. I believe that Aiden in his third year compared to Gino's third year is light years difference. Light years. I think Aiden understands the speed of the NFL. He understands defenses. He's more decisive. He doesn't make bad decisions. Now, every quarterback makes bad decisions. Every quarterback thinks they can thread the ball through windows they shouldn't do it. That's just who they are as human beings, and you know, that's their competitive nature. However, Aiden doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He never has. Like, go back and look at his interceptions, and go back and look at guys drafted in the 4th round, 3rd round, 2nd round, or even the 1st round in their 1st, 2nd, or 3rd year. It's night and day, man. The kid has it. The kid has it. So better than Gino. I think maybe sitting a year under Gino could help the kid, but his mobility just hurts him in the NFL. The NFL is just going that way where it's all about mobility. It's all about being able to pick up 3 yards, you know, with your legs, being able to not step up in the pocket, but roll out, try to hit guys on the run. Aiden O'Connell just doesn't have that ability. If he did, the kid would be scary good. He would be scary good. Can he develop that? I mean, yeah, to an extent. I thought last year, him running RPOs, him rolling out of the pocket, running bootlegs was night and day compared to his rookie year. So the kid can develop, man. The kid can develop. And yes, he is disrespected. You come in and all you do is win, help win games for your team. You have 9 more touchdowns than you have interceptions in a 17-game series, a 17-game starting period. And you get no love. You get no love, but that's the NFL. It's not for long, right? If he would have had a better coach last year, if he would have started from the jump, I believe we wouldn't be having this conversation. I think, we might have our guy. I think he can win us games, whether he's mobile or not. But I believe Gino puts us in a better spot. He's accurate as hell with the deep ball. Again, he's mobile, but those, mobile runs also lead to turnovers. They lead to fumbles. They lead to 15 interceptions. They lead to 9 fumbles. They lead to a lot of shit. So, yeah. That's all I'm saying. What else we got? I don't even know why I'm fucking reading all this on this little ass screen. Anyways, let's get back to this shit. So, I guess it's showing the Raider one. Need to minimize. Change my. Alrighty, here we go. Seattle. This time, we make sure what year it's on. Fucking, it's on 2024, which that doesn't matter because he wasn't there coaching that year. Come on, change. So 2023. Difference between the Raiders. Now, they had 317 total first downs under Pete Carroll. That's 7 less than the Raiders had. Their opponents, on the other hand, had 380 first downs. Their defense was not very good. Who's deleting shit? What happened? Damn. Who's trolling? Fuck. Raph was good. Appreciate you pulling in the building. Who the fuck? What messages? Piano Man was timed out by Kenna. Hey, if he's not talking shit, don't time him out, please. If he's not running his mouth, if he's not causing trouble, please don't time him out. Appreciate it. Seattle, when it comes to rushing first downs, they had 93. That was 20 more than the Raiders, but their opponents had 143. Their defense was way worse than ours, Pete Carroll's last year in 2023. Passing first downs, 189, their opponents 202. But the biggest thing, fourth down conversions. They were 6 of 16. Now, they didn't go for it 25 times like the Raiders did. But Pete Carroll's teams were not much better on fourth down conversions. But if we go look at Chip Kelly's, which I don't have those stats, I didn't pull up Ohio State. If you go look at Chip Kelly's stats on fourth down, they were off the charts. Off the charts. Even when he was a coach in Philly. They didn't go for it often, but when they did, they got it. Third down conversions, 75, 207 attempts. Their opponents had 107 third downs to 231. So Gino did not have the defense that our quarterbacks did. Nowhere near. What other stats stood out to me? I don't want to show you all these. I got to go back into this chat because somebody's getting deleted all the time. Total rushing yards. They had 1,580. What did we have last year? 1,000? 1,300. We had 1,300. So they had a little bit better rushing game than us. But their opponents averaged 2,352 yards on the ground. that's crazy. Rushing plays. Their opponents had 515 to their 382. Their defense was not good in Seattle. Our defense is gonna protect Geno Smith and give Geno Smith more opportunities than he ever had in Seattle. Now, what he does with those opportunities, bro, that's a huge question. Um, bro, are you deleting? Why are you deleting every message? What is going on? Hold up, we gotta fix this. What? Um, I don't know what he's talking about. I didn't get to read the messages. But Piano Man, you know the routine, man. Can't be talking shit on my peeps in the building. Don't make them block you. Kenneth's got a mean figure finger, bro. He hunts and shit. So, but yeah, you know the deal. You know the deal. Um, sack wise, and not my sack wise. 38 sacks. Their opponents had 47. I hear all this talk about Geno's offensive line was horrible. I It was better than ours, right? They only had 38 sacks. Yes, they have a mobile quarterback that can make plays with his feet and get away. Their field goals, but touchdowns. They had 37. Their opponents had 45. The Raiders had 37 touchdowns. So they did not have much difference. Now, the difference is this. I'm not going through all them stats. You give a shit less about Seattle. Player stats. Where the player stats? Not the stats I want. Um, all right, so their rushing game. Last year, Kenneth Walker injured a lot of the season, still had 573 yards. Zach Charbonnet didn't get much burn, but still still had 569 yards. Geno Smith, 272 yards rushing, throwing 9 fumbles. Don't forget that. What are their receivers? Finish on receivers. Hold on. Piss me off. All right, so here we go. Now, Geno Smith had over 4,000 yards, right? He had 21 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. We get all that. Hold up. I'll read up in a second. If he's being a clown, bro, block him. You know the routine. But if he's not talking about anybody's mama or being stupid, I need to get in the algorithm. So all the talking, all the likes, all the whatever it is helps, man. So I know he's a Charger fan, but shit, roast him, bro. Roast him. Roast him. Jackson Smith in Jigba. I think that's how you say it in the Jigba. How you say that shit? The dude had, as a rookie, 1,130 yards. Was that as a rookie or was that his second year? Anyways, DK Metcalf, which everybody said the Raiders don't have a receiver like DK Metcalf. Geno Smith don't have the weapons in Las Vegas that he had in Seattle. I totally disagree. You have Brock Bowers, who had more yards than Jackson Smith and Jigba. This is his second year, 2024. I just had to look up. But DK Metcalf, since Njigba took most of his, snaps and targets, he only had 992 yards. Jacoby Myers had 1,000 yards. Brock Bowers had 1,200 yards. With bad quarterback play, right? That's what we keep saying. That's what we keep talking about with the Raiders. It was horrible quarterback play, horrible offensive line. I don't think the O-line was as bad as we think. Tyler Lockett. Everybody said, we have to go get Tyler Lockett. Why do we go get Geno's, top weapon? The dude only has 600 yards. That was the third go-to. And The next guy was very very close to him. I believe it was his tight end. So those are the numbers. Man, I wish we had Devin Weatherspoon. Um, back to this live shit. And I can't go back and read the chat, Jack, because you fucking deleted them all. Rebel Chad said lunatic on Saturday to a Chargers fan. Read up on the chat on my chat. Said by lunatic. What? Um That's funny as hell, Jack. Herbert's number is 10. One Super Bowl appearance, 0 wins. I love it. I love it. I have a VHS. It was set to watch ancient Super Bowl. Man, I used to love those. The Super Bowl VHS tapes. That was some shit to watch back in the day. Piano Man, I thought you said you were in your like 20s or something. Too young to know that shit. Um, all right, I'm gonna go back up here somewhere. Try to find what's going on. A lot of flies. Are those flies? All right. So I just see nothing but deleted message. Nothing but you just went back and deleted every one of his messages. Oh, I feel you. Come on, Jack. Leave Piano alone. I mean, Piano Man alone. Up Nation, it's Raph. Well, no one cares about Raph. Sorry. What the fuck you talking about? I always care about Raph, bro. Better watch your mouth. You come in here like that. We all love Raph in the building. Stop. Stop playing. I need to pull you back up too, Raph. I'm gonna have you on. Get you back on one of these days. Um, just like that, the fly disappeared. Oh, that's why you're a fly on the wall. Got you. Everyone hates the Chargers because we're really looking good. I just hate the Chargers because they're in my division. I hate the Chargers because they were an LA team when I grew up watching the LA Raiders. Um, I hate the Chargers because they wear fairy ass powder blue. I hate the Chargers because they got that puke ass yellow fucking lightning bolt. I hate the Chargers because pretty much every player they've ever had on their team. So it has nothing to do with them being really good. I just can't stand the Chargers. I can't stand the Donkeys. I can't stand the Queefs. And I'm all about fuck the other 31. But those teams I despise the most. The most. So the fact that you're in here, you should be privileged to pull up in this silver and black chat. No, I'm just fucking with you. Respect your people in here. I bring in the WWE fans. I'm down with that. We could talk wrestling. Shit, we can talk wrestling. I talk wrestling all day, bro. I've been watching wrestling since I was 5 years old. I was watching wrestling when you was probably a twinkle in your daddy's eye back in the day when they had Saturday night's main event before there was anything of pay-per-view, before you could watch any special, um title matches that you if you weren't at the building when the title match was happening, you didn't get to see that shit back in the day when I grew up. So yeah, I grew up watching the WWE cartoon, man. Had Andre the Giant, Junkyard Dog, Big John Studd, George the Animal Steel, Macho Man Randy Savage, uh shit, Hulk Hogan, of course. Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Who else was on that cartoon? Who else knows? Anybody else know who was on that cartoon? Um, yeah, what to do? That's all he does, Rebel. What, talk shit and troll? Yeah, but as long as it's respectful, fun and games, talking shit and trolling. And I told y'all, remember, you could always hit his name and hit block. But if y'all don't like the fun, just block him, bro. Just block. But I like fucking with him. How many rings the Chargers got? I'll wait. Well, Raph, you will probably be waiting until this live is over, till my YouTube career is over, till we're both rolling in our grave. We still might be waiting to see how many rings the Chargers have. Very well could. Raider Minute. Oh, I thought you got blocked too. I was like, what the fuck? So shout out to my guy Raph talking shit in the building. See, this is what I'm talking about. It brings out the good side of Raph. Who doesn't like Raph talking shit in your chat? Gotta have Charger fans in here. Cause who's Raph gonna talk shit to, right? Can't talk shit to each other. We're Raider fans. That's no fun, bro. No fun. Jack, I got your back. Too Rebel, let's piano man. Get away with it. Now you gonna make me feel bad. No. I do let him to a point. To a point. Don't act like I just let him come in here and walk all over everybody. At least we have a way to watch our Super Bowls, Piano Man. We don't have to dream ourselves. Ooh, see, what fun would this chat be without Piano Man? Y'all could talk shit. Don't make me block them, you guys. Keep your comments to yourself. I would make Piano Man. I would give him a wrench, but then I would never have anybody in here. I already know. Fuck it. Piano Man, I don't know how. You're still not a member, bro. Fuck. How many Super Bowls have they won? Piano. Let us know. Told you we're gonna be waiting a long time. Gonna be waiting a long time. I believe they have one appearance, right? One appearance? And the Raiders were bad that year. Was it Art Shell? The Art Shell years? I'm trying to think. My brain is scrambled. No, Herbert didn't appear in a Super Bowl. You're saying the Chargers in their history only have one appearance, right? I believe. We don't talk about winning rings, little Raiders. It's not. Of course you don't talk about winning rings. You have none to talk about. The fuck you mean? I told y'all you can't make me laugh with glasses on, dude. That shit ain't right. Fuckers. I gotta get some better glasses, dude. I need to take my haven't been to a doctor as in 24 years. I think I'm 50. I should probably go to a doctor, huh? That's not healthy. Anyway, I ain't been to a doctor in like 20 something years. I think it's 24 years that I've been to a doctor. Don't like doctors. I need to go get my eyes looked at, bro. These glasses aren't cutting it. And as soon as I start laughing, even if my eyes aren't watering, they fog up and make me not see shit. So please don't be funny in the chat. Don't be funny in the chat. God, now I gotta catch back up. I'm way too slow. Like roasted marshmallows. Okay. See, now you pissing people off in my chat, bro. Can't go that far. What kind of dude asks another guy what flavor he is? Wait, what? What happened? The fuck you mean? Dude, you can't be doing that shit. That's out of line, bro. No Diddy shit in the chat. That will get you blocked. That will get people blocked and booted from the chat. If you want to know what flavor people are, I don't know what you meant by that, but from what I get out of it, that'll get people blocked in this bitch. Oh, 31 and forever young. Oh, he's still a baby. Oh yeah, he's 31 and from AZ. I forgot. What part of AZ are you from, Piano Man? Where you at? Law Dog, what's good? What's good? What up, Rebel family? Appreciate you dropping in, pulling up. Blah blah blah. Law dog. Got it. Got it. He owns their home. LOL. And I get a and I in the what? Oh, chat. Who owns his own home? Piano Man got his own crib. Nice, nice. Only 4 teams own their stadium. The Raiders will own their stadium very very soon. At the ticket prices they are, would you pay 40% tax on a damn room in Vegas nowadays? I remember back in the day when okay, I won't tell you why I rented rooms, but I remember back in the day I used to be able to get hotel rooms in Vegas at certain casinos for like 13 bucks, fucking 18 bucks for a night, 22 bucks. Um, bro, now it's insane. It costs you more money in tax than it does for the damn room. So the sales tax for hotel rooms in Vegas goes to paying off the stadium. So the Raiders will be one of the stadiums that own their own shit very very soon. Probably like the next fucking 4 years, 3 years, 2 years at this rate, as much as they charge. Hawaiian Candy was good. You know you like those queefs. Um Coming from you, that's not the queefs we're talking about, bro. That's a different kind of queef. That's different kind of queef. LA Dog, I swear I keep thinking it's a meme picture of Edge. Of Edge. That's funny as fuck, bro. He does look like Edge. Oh shit. He do look like Edge. That's hilarious. I never even really looked at people's pictures. That's funny as hell. That's funny as fuck. Piano, you are a cooter fart. Queef fart. Okay, this chat is getting too wild. Back to football. I used to Piano Man since I've been around. Shit Rebel. I will block everyone and everyone. I know, but then what do we have to talk about and who do we have to make fun of? I'm not blocking anyone unless it does mess up my algorithm, which is already horrible. So it's not like you can fuck it up anymore. Yo, Chargers fan, y'all got smoked by the Texans, who are already down Diggs and Dell. How did that happen? How did that happen, Piano Man? Let's break it down. You're the analyst now. You take my job. Pull up the stats. Pull up the facts. Can we pull it up? Y'all want to pull up the stats from that game? Let's see if I can get those. See if I can get those. I need stats for donkeys. Oh wait, I can't spell it like that. I spell bronchies. Stop, bro. Oh Lord, Broncos. The Texans, right? Texans. Two 2024. Wait, what? They didn't face the Texans. Was that not the playoff game? Oh, the Chargers. Dumbass. Not too bright, bro. Not too bright. Lightning bugs. The lightning bugs. Here we go. Oh, wow. I pull this up. Embarrassing. It's kind of embarrassing. I hope they get it together this year. No, but really, Jim Harbaugh, I've told you, his problem has always been, since he's been in the NFL, is winning the big ones. Winning the big ones. 11-16, playing a 10-7 team. Box score. Sorry, I'm pulling it up. All right, so is man. Ooh-wee. Let's see what we got to be worried about in this division. Now they got a little bit of better run game. I'll give them that. I'll give them that. Where can y'all see? I think y'all can see from there. So Justin Herbert, 14 of 32. Oh, wait, that's Gardner Minshew numbers right there. 242 yards, average 7.6. He had one touchdown and oh God, four interceptions. What? Damn. You know what his QBR was? Can you see it? Can y'all see it on the screen? I need to pull it over more. I don't know what y'all can see yet. Oh, yeah, you can see it right there. QBR 12.8 in the playoffs. In the playoffs. His RTG, was 40.9. That dominant run game you think you're going to have? Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins, who had a field day running behind that, powerful, crazy ass, nasty offensive line that you got. That, I'm not gonna lie, that offensive line is special over there in San Diego. I don't sugarcoat shit. I'm real over here. They have an offensive line that's nasty. But when you look at the playoff numbers, was it their O-line? Was it the Texans defensive line, who's not that great? Or was it J.K. Dobbins, who had 9 carries for 26 yards? 7 carries by Gus Edwards for 22 yards. Averaged 2.9 and 3.1 yards, respectively. Hassan Haskin, 1 carry, 5 yards, respectively. Lad McConkey in this game, bro. Holy shit. This is why y'all lost. This is why y'all got cooked. Lad McConkey, 9 catches, 197 yards, only 1 touchdown on 14 targets. Justin Herbert threw the ball to nobody else. That's why he had 4 interceptions. They just kept throwing to Lad McConkey. This is why the Chargers still will be a long time before they make the playoffs and win games in the playoffs. Your coach, your offensive coordinator, the offensive coordinator, especially in the playoffs. Telling you, man, these aren't good numbers. 2 catches from Will Disley, 2 and 16, 1 catch from Tucker Fisk, 1 catch from DJ Chark, 1 catch from Darius Davis. Like, that's bad, bro. And Darius Davis had a fumble. Hold up. Stop playing. So Darian Davis had 1 catch for 4 yards and he fumbled. Damn. I'm not scared of the Chargers anymore, bro. I wasn't scared of them before. I thought we could, split it 1-1. I wouldn't be surprised if we could smack y'all in the mouth this year. Y'all had against the Texans 3 total sacks in the playoffs. Our offensive line is nasty, I'm telling you. This team might not be as good. They still have some work to do. And I think mainly is figuring out, are you going to be a run team? Are you going to let Justin Herbert throw the ball? Because 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions on 24 yards. Damn. Maybe that's why they ran the ball so much last year. I don't know. But these stats, bro. 10 tackles, 6 solos for Henley. 4 tackles solo, 10 tackles for Gilliman, Troy Dye, Derwin James, Khalil Mack, 6 tackles, 2 sacks. That was your whole sack. Bosa and Khalil Mack in the playoffs. So y'all got rid of Bosa. Did they bring Khalil Mack back? Man, I'm just saying. The Chargers, they got Trey Harris. They added some weapons. I get it. They're going to be better than they were. They still got some work to do, man. Now, if we look at the teams that we've played, we've gone over all the teams we played. We've gone over our coaches' stats. The only thing I didn't go over is Chip Kelly's stat, and we'll probably do that tomorrow. I'm not going to be on here 2.5 hours today. But you got any information from this live, please hit the thumbs up, share it with your friends, give me an algorithm. The more these videos get shared, my lives get shared, my channel gets shared, it helps me grow. So help me grow so we can get more people in here to talk shit on, like my guy Piano Man. No, I appreciate you rocking with me, dude, even though you're a Bolts fan. Also, Raider 24, what's good? Sorry, I just seen you pull up a little behind. Trying to read these. I'll unsubscribe if you give Piano Man a wrench. Damn, I'm a Raiders fan for 49 years. You giving him a wrench, bro. You know I was just talking shit. Fuck. I would, like I said, that'd be the dumbest thing, bro. I'd have no Raider fans in here. Everybody would be blocked. Yo, I wouldn't be able to see the live. I wouldn't have nothing to talk about. And he's a Chargers fan. Get the fuck out. You'll never have anybody in the AFC West have a wrench in this shit. Unless they trick me and don't tell me they're a Chargers or a Kansas City's fan. I'm gonna do this though. Boom. Who else been rocking with me for a minute that doesn't have one? Gotta go back, figure it out. Not come up. But yeah, somebody else I wanted to give a wrench to. I forgot. Piano Man had to go into the Bronx to get goat milk. Yeah, please no Diddy in here. I don't know why I'm bringing this up, bro, but I was cracking up. My mom was dying on the floor laughing. My sister came home and said, "Oh my God, somebody showed a picture of Diddy's dick and it looked like a Tootsie Roll." I was dying, bro. I was dying. No wonder that dude had so many problems. And my mom's still talking about it. That's why, bro. She's still out there. She's like, I can't get this out of my head. I would have never thought. Fucking shit. Deion Sanders beat the Chargers in the Super Bowl. Was that with the Falcons? Who the Chargers play in the Super Bowl? Sounds like you were staying at a motel and not a hotel. Paying those prices. No, back in the day though, if you had like the player's card and you know, I guess you had to have points and shit like that. But at certain times, in certain casinos, yeah, you could get cheap ass rooms. If I get on 50, so that's a while. Kush Mob was good, 420 in the building. Um, what else we got? Shut out. Yes, shut out. Predict us going 11-6, 12-5 as well. Shout out Kush Mob in the building. You know, that's a huge ask, right? But if things just go our way for once in a season, and it's been a damn, I mean, look, it's been a long time since the Raiders have had a season where everything goes our way, right? Last time we had a damn good season, shit was starting to go our way. Derek Carr broke his leg. The other time we, you know, started to build chemistry, have a good season, John Gruden gets traded to the Tampa Bay Bucks. They beat us in the Super Bowl. It's not, you know, it hasn't been great. So we need Lady Luck on our side. But I believe the chemistry in the building. I think, you know, Spytek. I cannot say enough about John Spytek. I believe this man is here to stay, and I would not be surprised if when I die, because I mean, I don't know. It could be, you know, tomorrow, it could be 5 years, it could be 10 years, but I wouldn't be surprised if John Spytek is still the GM for the Las Vegas Raiders. I really believe this dude is gonna be here for a long, long time. With Brady being part owner, and yes, you have to win. Talk is cheap every day of the week. It doesn't matter when you go shopping. Talk is always cheap. You have to win games. You have to produce. But the mindset Spytek has, the guys that he's looking for, the guys that he has his staff, his scouts, his college scouts looking for, the character of these guys that they are bringing in is different than we've had in Oakland. It's different than we've had in Los Angeles. And it's different than we've had in Las Vegas. It's different. 50 years, I'm telling you, in 50 years, I cannot remember a time where we've had so many intelligent football minds in the building that were brought up from, you know, greater intelligent football minds, right? This guy, Spytek, has been in the Broncos, at the Broncos. All they did was have 4 guys off of that staff that he was on, scouting staff, are now GMs in the NFL. He is now included in one of them. 4 guys. One of them just won the Super Bowl last year and went to another one. The other one, 2 other ones are coaching elsewhere. When he went to Tampa Bay, all he did was help bring in Tom Brady, help bring in guys in the draft, guys that are still there today, guys that haven't left, that are still in the building. We talked about the fact that 43 players out of the Tampa Bay roster are currently guys that they drafted in-house. That is unheard of in the NFL. He's been a part of that. He's seen that. He's bringing that culture and that mindset to Las Vegas. The fact that when Tom Brady left, everybody thought Tampa Bay was done, right? No, he goes out and drafts Bucky Irvin. He goes out and gets Baker Mayfield, who I believe threw 42 touchdowns last year. Geno Smith threw 21. Bro, like, come on. Baker Mayfield also had like 20-something touchdowns or interceptions, but I do believe the dude threw like, maybe not last year, maybe it was the year before, but 40-something touchdowns. Baker Mayfield, he brought out the best in Baker Mayfield, a guy that's bounced around, has been around the league, to different teams that went to the Rams, and after that has been a different Baker Mayfield. A Baker Mayfield that a lot of people overlook came in and took a team like the Cleveland Browns a game away from the AFC title game, and then they shit on him, right? They shit on him. They didn't build the team around him. They go get Deshaun Watson, stupidest thing the Browns have ever done. But what I'm saying is, Spytek knows talent. He knows character. He brought in Bucky Irvin, like he said, doesn't get tackled. The first guy never tackles Bucky Irvin. The first guy never tackles Ashton Genty. Matter of fact, the first, second, and third guy usually don't tackle Ashton Genty. He was asked, what is your mentality? Why did you go after Ashton Genty? He said, when you have a guy that was 30-something yards away from breaking the greatest running back in the history of the NFL, that opens your eyes. That catches your eye. And then when you meet the guy, Ashton Genty, how great he wants to be, what he wants to do to help his team win, what he's willing to go through to help his team win, the character. He constantly talks about the character of every one of these guys drafted, their mindset. They all are guys that you could put a football down anywhere and say, let's play 5-on-5 or 7-on-7. And all of them, even if they were in suits, would be like, shit, let's go. Take this jacket off. Let's rock, right? These guys love football. They'll play football anywhere. And when you have 53 guys like that in a building, or you have 43 guys in-house that you drafted that stay in your franchise, in your organization, that is how dynasties are made. And I believe that we have that in Spytek. And I believe he is our X factor this year, next year, and however long he is with this organization. But I believe it's going to be a long, long time. That's why I believe we are on the uphill climb. We are no longer on a downhill slide. Yes, it's a rocky, rocky road in front of us, and it's a deep ass hill. But we have the guys that are willing to not give up, to put in the effort, that want to be at the top of that hill. And when you have enough guys in the building that want to be at the top of that hill, it means scary, scary problems for the rest of the NFL. So this is why I believe this team has a chance to be 10-7, 11-6. I pray to God it's 12-5. If you look at the history of the Raiders, every 10 years, 15 years, somewhere in there, 20 years. I think it's more like 20. We come back around, whether it's for a year or two, whether it's for, a year, 2 years, 3 years. We come back around. I believe this is the comeback around. This is the time where we have the quarterback that we didn't have, that everybody said we were missing, that we needed. The quarterback that can win you close games. The quarterback that can make first downs with his legs, that could pick up short yardage when we're in short yardage situation. The quarterback that can run the ball from the 20-yard line and score in a blink of an eye. The quarterback that can throw the ball 60 yards downfield to Dante Thornton running a 4-3 with guys 4 steps behind him. The guy that can hand off to Ashton Genty, who can run for 80 yards every time he touches the ball. You never know what he's going to do. You have weapons. Dante Thornton, Jack Beck, Brock Bowers, Jacoby Myers, Michael Mayer. You have Mostert as backup. You have more weapons in this offense that Geno Smith has ever have. And what you have in this offense and in this locker room, in this team, in this building, in the upper brass, is a guy in Tom Brady who has been there, who has done that, who has won it all. And he is the guy who is in charge and is controlling everything. And I believe he has put the right guys in position where he can step back, do his thing. If he has any suggestions, he can call and give his suggestions, give his word. But I believe he has put the right guys in the building, guys that know how to win. They don't know how to lose. Guys like JPJ, who said he only lost 2 games. 2 games in high school. He only lost, I think, 4 games in college. His whole college career. He's only lost like 6 games in his lifetime. He lost more games his first year with the Raiders than he has in his whole entire football career. He said that shit's not going to happen this year. Go listen to it. It's different. He said you can't. It's not. He got to keep telling himself this is not what it's gonna be. I am not living with this shit. When you got guys like that that are willing to put it all on the line, that are willing to be in the locker room at 5 o'clock in the morning in the off season. It's not even Sundays, right? It's not even game time. It's not even football time. It's voluntary workout. And again, last year we had 63 guys voluntary workout. I don't know what the numbers are this year, but I need to check it out. So I know what the hell I'm talking about. But I believe they are just as high as last year. You know, these guys want to be in the building. They want to learn. They want to get better. They want to win for the guy around them. There's not a lot of selfishness in this building. Um, and mainly is because they are young guys that have something to prove. And when you have a bunch of lions in a room that have something to prove, good things happen. Good things happen. So, man, I appreciate everybody rocking with me. Let me get through these questions real quick. The Texans exposed bolts. Yep. Where'd my guy go? He leave after that? The questions I have: why is the Charger fan talking like they won championships? Last time I checked, they have none. So kick rocks. All facts, all facts. They have none. They've been to one, got dominated. Lad's teammate in Bowers is way better. What? Lad's teammate in Bowers. Chargers fans be loud in the off season. And they be loud in the off season. That's the only time they come out. When the season starts, they're all hiding. Shout out to the 16 in the building. I appreciate y'all rocking with your guy. Bowers offensive OROTY offensive rookie of the year candidate. McConkey couldn't get it done with the actual quarterback. Look, Mad Lad McConkey was right behind Brock Bowers in those numbers. He was like the fourth, I think fourth best besides Brian Thomas Jr. and Michael Mayer, Malik Neighbors. Lad's a dog, bro. He's a fucking problem. He's gonna be a problem for us. The one thing we do have that we improved on this year is speed. We have guys that can cover this guy. Last year they got cooked. No matter who we put on McConkey, go back and watch the films of the last two games. We were switching guys in and out. I think we put on 7 different guys on Lad McConkey, and he still was just catching ridiculous passes. This year, I believe we have better shutdown corners. We have faster corners. So, man, keep your fingers crossed that this dude has the sophomore slump, because he's a freakish specimen, bro. He's definitely freakish. And yeah, he did have a damn good quarterback in Justin Herbert, but they ran the shit out of the ball last year. And I hope they do it this year, because, you know, having to go against a guy like Justin Herbert with the offensive line that he has that can stand in the pocket and pick you apart. Yes, he had 4 interceptions in the playoffs. I think that was only his first or second ever playoff appearance, right? So, not making excuses for the clown, but when you got a guy like that and an offense around him, you don't want him picking you apart. So I hope to God they run the ball. I believe our run defense is going to be way better than it was last year, in my opinion. You take a wrench. All right. You got to come in more. What happened? Oh, all right. There you go, Raider 2-4. I expect you to be in my lives. You are now the boss. Diddy, a small couple ladies have said so. I don't really care about it, the size of Diddy's junk. But it does answer a lot of questions of why you'd have other guys do shit to your girls and shit. I mean, not a subject I want to talk about, bro. That dude is he's gonna be seeing a lot of peepees in his life. He gonna be seeing a lot more little Vienna sausages and some donkey dicks probably that he don't want to see for a long time. Um just bad shit. There's some sick people in the world. Alfredo was good. What it do? Um Make him walk the plank. Frank Weber was good. Yeah, I think he walked the plank a bunch of times. What's good, my guy? How you been, Alfredo? Frank Weber, appreciate you popping in. What's good? Furpo, did I miss James Furpo? Furpo in the building. What it do? My guy. How did I miss Furpo? Oh, I thought it said Piano Man timed out. 300 seconds. Jack's having fun today. I bet he loves that more than anything. There's nothing like blocking a Chargers fan. I'm telling you, it gives you a satisfaction that not a lot of things give you in life. I'm telling you, bro. Like, um, he's harmless. It gives him the power. What? I've seen crazy chested man. Yeah, it's all good, man. I think they know by now. Man, it's finally peaceful. Now I can hear Rebel talk. Hell yeah. Um, it's true that the greatest Charger in team history was introduced into the Hall of Fame by Mr. Davis. Who was that? Dan Phelps? It's like, is that their greatest Charger in history? Bless you. Um, I don't know. That's one story I do not know. I'm gonna have to look that up. I will have an answer for you tomorrow. Make sure you pull back up, Frank. Um, I got everything being used right now. Just win, baby. Don't ban him. Let you leave like he came in by himself. There you go. See, that's what I'm saying. If y'all don't want him in here, y'all know what to do. Y'all know what to do. Yeah, Candy, I can't multitask. Thank you. I can't either. It's very hard. That's what she said. He trolls everyone because he wishes he could admit he's secretly a Raider fan. I mean, I think he just wants to come in and see, what real content creators are like, right? What down to earth guys that know it. Nah, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, I don't know why he comes in here. I know he comes in to troll, but in my chat, he doesn't troll nearly as much as he does in everybody else's because I see him in there just talking mad crazy shit until he's blocked. So, you know, it is what it is. I think it's funny as fuck. Nah, fuck that kid. They can call me a predator. What? Okay. Yeah. I didn't know that shit. See, man, you gotta message me these things, bro. After the video on my IG, hit me up and be like, "Yo, this fucker said this, or this dude said this, or this dude was talking shit." Or hit one of the mods. So shit, Candy's she's mostly in here. She got my number. She can text me. But when you say shit like that, that shit ain't cool. And me and Piano Man have had this talk. So I don't know how long ago he called you that, my guy. But I apologize. It was my chat it happened in. And that shit ain't condoned in here, man. You know that. Show of hands. Anyone ever been to a Chargers chat? Um, have I ever been to a Chargers chat? I don't think I have. I can't recall. I've seen a charger. I seen one charger. In the Wild Wild West thing, I believe there's one in there, and then whatever Graf does at Oak Las Vegas. Um, I've watched them a couple times. I'm not gonna lie. Wasn't for very long though. I can tell you that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't. I hope not too many people go watch fucking Charger shit. If you're in Charger shit instead of mine, I'm gonna be pissed, bro. I'm gonna be pissed. Um, damn, I didn't know that. That was a Karen. That's news to me. Andy says 11-6. I'll take that. I'll take that. It's hard to find Chargers fans, let alone Chargers lives. I don't think I've ever looked for any, but I mean, now I'm gonna have to go look, bro. Now you're gonna have me go looking for Chargers lives because are there Chargers content creators that do they have big guys like Mitchell Renz? Pause if necessary. I'm not saying Mitchell Renz is a big guy. Do they have bigger channels like a Chat Sports, like Oak Las Vegas, like Wasted Talent? These cats that have 12, 15,000 followers or 25 or 100 plus. Do Chargers content creators have that shit? Where's my guy Piano Man? Is he still in here? Y'all got Piano Man sent home? Fucking damn it. Alright, I gotta catch back up in the chat. Game over, Furpo says. Alicia Keys is back in the chat. Alicia Keys is back. Piano Man was timed out. Okay, alright. Y'all do your thing. But y'all can't keep timing them out for bullshit though. That's not right. That's not right. I've said 100 times. Go on the Wild West show. All AFC teams. Talk your smack there. He does. He's probably in there talking smack too. But see, the things with the other channels, unlike mine, until today, which y'all just got crazy. But if you're my mods, do not block people unless it's a personal attack, right? If he's, calling you a pedophile and fucking shit like that, then that's different. But I've had a talk with Piano Man. It should be all good. But if it's not, just let me know, please, before you block him, because like I said, if he's commenting, you guys are commenting. And if Piano Man's not in here, whether you guys like him or not, because he's a Chargers fan, I could care less about the dude being a Chargers fan as long as he's respectful. But if he's not in here, most of you guys don't talk, be honestly. Like, most of you guys are talking shit on him, and that's what gets the chat rolling. So as long as my chat's rolling, then more people will come into the channel. So that's why I'm saying just don't block him. Unless, it's a personal attack. Then fuck that dude, get him out of my chat. Candy gets everybody all excited. He's probably never seen a naked girl in real life. Stop. We don't talk smoke on Kappa show or wasted. I've seen him behaving there. All right, well then, damn it, Piano Man, fuck you. Get the hell out. Thought it was just my channel you were chilling. Piano Boy can't be disrespectful to women. Period. Get the F out of here. Ooh, Hawaiian Candy? Bro, if he's being disrespectful to her, please do not block him. Because if you have not seen her channel, if anybody can protect herself when it comes to trolls, it's Hawaiian Candy, bro. So just let him go. She'll have him leaving, I'm sure, in no time without blocking him. And if you don't believe me, go check out her channel. Shout out to Hawaiian Candy. And Tatted Raider, go check out that channel too. But if it was any other woman in the chat, I'd be like, yeah, you can't disrespect women. But her, just it'll be funny, bro. It'll be funny. She's ruthless. She's ruthless as hell. Um, Rebel said, "Let him talk crazy." It don't. I ain't worried about the money. I don't give a fuck about the money. I'd rather have my people in my chat not leaving because he's being a douchebag. That's the main thing. So again, if he's being a douchebag, get him the fuck out of here. But if he's just talking shit and having fun, all fun and games, no attacks or disrespect, then I don't give a fuck. I think all of us together help more than that bum. I believe so too. That's what I'm saying. I don't give a shit. You guys have been rocking with me for a long time. He's a Chargers fan, so you know what it is. Hey, that's cool. I like it. I like it. So, if he bothers you that much, if he bothers everybody in the chat that much, just let me know. But all I could do is block him, and then all you guys could do is block him every time he talks. So, I mean, if that makes y'all feel better, shit, have at it. Y'all got a wrench. Y'all got a wrench. Use your power. Use your power. I don't give a fuck. Premature boy's stepmother is making him peel potatoes now. He had to go. Time for dinner. Take out the trash. Yeah, that very well could be. Or he probably didn't like the fact that I showed them lightning bug stats on there because they absolutely got cooked in the playoffs. And this is why I like Piano Man in here, because I like making fun of him. I don't like talking shit on y'all because I got nothing shit to talk shit about on y'all. I like making fun of the Chargers fan. I like the fact that they have absolutely fucking no chips. We got 3, been there 5 times. That shit's fun to me, but let me know how y'all feel. Like I said, it is what it is. These Duts was good. All right, did I catch up to this damn chat yet? Oh, said something too. I got you. I got you. That's cool. I might be in the black web to find one. Like I said, I never really tried to look. I don't. For some reason, there's like 2 Chargers things that keep popping up on my feed, and I don't know how to stop them. So I don't watch their shit. You think after a while that they just stop coming up. So other than that, yeah, it might be a dark ass web to find Chargers content creators. It's probably why he's in here, hoping somebody might tell him something about his team. I reached 72,000 subscribers yesterday. Man, the fuck out of here. Shut up. Shut up. No congrats. No congrats. No, I'm saying. Congratulations, man. That's fuck. You have 70,000 more followers than me. That's bullshit. How you do? I need to get some titties and start yelling at people. I'm just and talking shit to people. Maybe see, I need more piano mans. I could talk shit like Candy does. Make them leave and I get more views. 72,000 followers is crazy, bro. You know what I could do with 72,000 followers? Fuck. That's a grip. Congratulations to you. Damn. How long it took you to do that? 6 months, you said? How is that even possible? A year and a half. I'm like, I just made it over 1,000. Holy shit. Take away the wrench. What? Take away my wrench when he talked about another Raider fan. Nah, you good, bro. Like I said, I didn't see what he said because all the shit was already blocked. So, yeet yeet was good. Was good. Appreciate you pulling up. Tony Chef in the building. Brandon Ham. No, I'm not out tickling keys. Why not? Why not? Why not? I'm not worried about the Chargers fan. They're bottomless bums. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. There's talking shit, and there's being disgusting. That's why he was blocked. You can blame me. I'm cool with that. Nah. I told him he understands. If you're gonna be fucking disrespectful, or you're gonna attack people, or try to hit on dudes in my chat, or whatever the fuck the thing was going on, yeah, that shit is no tolerated. No tolerated. So I appreciate you for doing what I couldn't do because I couldn't see the shit. So that's why you guys got wrenches. That's why you guys got wrenches. All I was saying is when I looked up, I seen every message he had ever said blocked, and I was like, how the fuck did that happen? So that's all I was worried about. Other than that, I don't give a shit. Y'all can block him every time. Um, I was scrolling and found Candy's insulting people because they were rude and subscribed. Yeah, there's her channel is nonstop, basically just a bunch of douchebags coming in and just being blatantly disrespectful and rude as hell. But she handles herself very well. Sometimes she loses her shit more times than not. But sometimes there's very sometimes she handles her business and shit. And it's funny. So that's why I go in there and watch. I learned prompt engineering and AI and learned how to boost my algorithm. Yeah, you need to boost my algorithm. Rebel likes the drama. I don't block anymore. What? I did nothing more than 5 minutes. Won't even go after my Raider brothers. It was. Nah, you good. What do you talk about in your channel, Candy? She just pretty much yells at people. Like real talk. She goes in there and tries to have a conversation, but when there's 1,000 people, 2,000 people in there sometimes, and most of them are just being completely rude assholes and trolls, um, you know, that's a hard situation to be in. And I keep trying to get her to just not block those, just don't even read them, right? Read part of it, skip over, read the next message, and don't let that shit get to you. But that's why a lot of people go in there. That's why Raider Way, what's good? Appreciate you. You know, that's why a lot of people go in there. Usually shows a lot of cleavage. Got a nice rack. No, I'm just kidding. um, but well, she's mean as fuck, bro. She don't take no shit. She don't take no shit. She'll talk about your mama, your daddy, your grandma, your greasy grandma, their family, your kids. She don't care. She's ruthless. So, if y'all haven't before, go check her out. Go check her out. So that's why I said Candy can handle her own in here for sure. Appreciate you, Raider 24. Appreciate you rocking with your guy. Have a good day at work, man. Don't work too hard. Work smart, not hard. I talk about ADD, autism, my book I published, modeling career. Oh, yeah, you got it. All right, man. So 2 hours. Got to get these lesser and lesser. I'm telling you, they're getting lesser and lesser. So, yeah, those are my reasons, man. I believe John Spytek is entirely underrated. This dude is ruthless. He's ruthless when it comes to signing people to contracts. He believes in developing guys, keeping guys in the building. And if you have questions on why the Raiders have not went out and killed it in free agency, why they didn't bring in no big name guys, this answers your question. Go watch Spytek's interview. Damn it. I don't know the name of it. I didn't write it down. Son of a bitch. Hold on. I might have it right here. Fuck. Nope. Shit. I forgot to write down the name of the interview, but go watch the interview. It is worth your time. It is worth watching. Spytek says a lot of interesting things, and it shows basically why they drafted Ashton Genty, why we drafted Jack Beck, why he believes in guys like Dante Thornton, and why we didn't go crazy in free agency. His foundation that he's been taught throughout his career at the Broncos, where they won a Super Bowl, at Philadelphia, where they just won a Super Bowl, at Tampa Bay, where they won a Super Bowl. These teams he's been around are franchise teams that are usually in the playoffs, in the playoff contention, in playoff talks. They draft very, very well. They are very strategic when it comes to picking guys in free agency. They don't just go after the biggest names like a bunch of us wanted to do in free agency this year. Everybody is still pissed off in the Raider Nation and was mad all year in free agency. You know, this guy's still out there. This guy's still out there. Let's go get Hendricks. You know, let's go get Gilmore. Let's go get, let's bring back Amari Cooper. Let's go get fucking, Pickens, right? We want all these big names, all these big name guys. That is not how Spytek was taught to build a foundation. And if you build your house on sand, your shit has a weak foundation. It gets washed away. You build your foundation on solid ground, right? Rock hard, packed dirt, pour a foundation, concrete. That's what we're building here. He knows what kind of guys he wants in the building. They know what they want out of this team, what they want out of their coaches. He knows that they're not looking to come in and win a couple games like everybody says we're going to do, like most of the nation believes. 7 wins, 8 wins. Stop listening to the national media. Stop listening to the bullshit. This is not just a 7-win team. This is a much better team than 7 wins. I promise you that. Our schedule easily makes us a much better team than 7 wins. So I'm not trying to feed you a bunch of hype and saying, 12-5, we're going to win the division. We are going to be competitive in every single game. We're not going to be blown out in the third quarter. Whatever it was, I think 100 and something points to like 30 or some shit. It's ridiculous. That shit is done and gone, bro. It's not gonna happen no more. Spytek is building this foundation. Our coaches last year, we all know they clashed, right? We seen they were never on the same page from day one. They did separate interviews. Spytek and Pete Carroll, to me, seem like Spytek is learning a lot from Pete Carroll. He looks up to Pete Carroll. He believes in Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll believes very highly in John Spytek. And when you have two guys that believe in each other, that are building a foundation, that are building guys, bringing guys in the building, that all they care about is winning football games, playing football games, being out there to help their team, to make their team better. They don't want to sit on the bench. These guys are not just good enough with getting a paycheck. These guys are not good enough with, if you got to show up in the building at 6:30, showing up at 6:15. These guys are there at 5. We have more and more guys like that constantly coming to the building, and it's rubbing off on other players. It started last year. With, Max Crosby and these guys following his leadership. And I believe it's even more this year. So I believe this is a way better team than last year. And if we don't win at least 8 games, I'm going to be highly disappointed. So I don't know about y'all, but 10-7, 10-7, 4-2 in the West. Frank Weber says I could very well see that. That's my prediction. I have us in the West as 4-2. That's where I predict us to be, which could put us at the top of the AFC West. Very well could put us at the top of the AFC West at 4-2. We have double-digit wins. I'm fucking happy. That's I think everybody's going to be happy. But I think the problem is with Raider Nation, before I get off, and I'm going to say this, is our expectations are too low. And they have been for years. It was the same last year. I said this team, was going to shock some people. Now, the injuries, the bad decisions with coaching, the bad personnel going with the wrong quarterbacks, I couldn't control all that. But if they rocked with the team that I predicted them to rock with and the quarterback I predicted them to rock with, I think we would have been a way better team. Now, we wouldn't have been a 10-win team. I don't think we were that good last year. But we would have been probably somewhere around, the 7-8 win, 9 win. If things fell in our lap and went our way, we could have very easily been a 10-win team last year, minus the turnovers, minus the horrible coaching, 25 times going for it on fourth down, shit like that. So I think Raider fans' expectations, because we've been bad for so long, are happy if we win 7 games this year, if we win 8 games this year. If you're happy with us being mediocre and only winning 4 more games or 3 more games than we did last year, with a way better roster, with a 110 time better offensive coaching staff, defensive coaching staff, upper management, if you think all that and all the money we spent and all the knowledge we brought in this building only gets us 3 more wins, then your expectations are way too low, and your faith and belief in this team, I'm going to have to question. So with that, I love y'all. Peace out. Much love as always. Ray!